I mean it, especially those moments. And especially for those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb, the African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
Back when Biden was running for office in 2020, during the Democratic presidential primaries debate, he was asked a very direct question about paying reparations to Black American descendants of slavery. And here is what he had to say.
Vice President Biden, do you support reparations?
Look, let me, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it, every single American, and you should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants. That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what makes us different, and we should invest in them.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. Senator Klobuchar, you had your hand up.
Translation: I'm giving your reparations to the Hispanic community. Also, when Joe Biden stated that he was going to make sure that they had every opportunity to succeed, he wasn't lying. And he is committing to that statement, so much so that he has gone as far as to threaten banks for not giving out loans to non-citizen so-called migrants. Meanwhile, you have Black Americans out here with great credit, making a solid income, who can't get a loan. Now, because I know that vote blue, no matter whoers are going to try and play games with me, I need to take a little time to explain something. The majority, not all, but the majority of the so-called migrants crossing the border, thanks to Biden and the Democrats, are not classified as illegal. They are classified as asylum seekers, which means they are legal. And remember, that's not what I say. That's what Biden and the Democrats say. Now, in between technically being an asylum seeker and having a work permit, they are not illegal nor undocumented. They are non-citizens who are legal residents authorized to work in the United States. So yes, technically, they absolutely qualify for these bank loans under Biden's rulership. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into this article. The Biden administration released a statement Thursday warning financial institutions against using a person's immigration status in credit applications. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and the Department of Justice released a joint statement telling financial institutions that while it is not illegal to consider a person's immigration status, in the decision on whether to lend money, an over-reliance on it could run afoul of the law, according to the statement. The statement implicates the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, which makes it illegal to discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, sex, and more in considering a person's credit application as the mechanism, even though the law does not list citizenship status as a protected attribute. Fair access to credit is crucially important for building wealth and strengthening household financial stability. Rohit Chopra, CFPB director, said in a press release. The CFPB will not allow companies to use immigration status as an excuse for illegal discrimination. The CFPB notes that the reason for the guidance comes after the agency received a number of instances of consumers being rejected in their applications for credit cards and auto, student, personal, and equipment loans on the basis of their non-citizen status, despite having a good credit history and a tie to the United States, according to the press release. Lenders should not deny people the opportunity to take out a loan to buy a home, build their businesses, or otherwise pursue their financial goals because of unlawful bias and without regard to their actual ability to repay, Kristen Clark, Assistant Attorney General of the DOJ's Civil Rights Division, said in the press release. This guidance reminds lenders that denying someone access to credit based solely on their actual or perceived immigrant status may violate federal law. The two agencies acknowledge that while the Equal Credit Opportunity Act permits creditors to consider someone's citizenship status, the act of doing so may violate prohibitions on the consideration of other factors like national origin or race, according to the press release. The regulators emphasize that there is no safe harbor when considering an applicant's immigration status. DOJ did not immediately respond to a request to comment from the Daily Caller News Foundation. The CFPB deferred the DCNF to previously made statements. What you have to understand is that these banks are not doing anything wrong. Giving out loans to non-citizens is a huge liability. How do you know that after receiving the loan they won't skip town and go back to their home country? Now let's consider home loans, car loans, and student loans. If you default on those loans, you still owe the money. The only difference being that instead of Chase Bank hounding you for the money, it will be a debt collector. But once again, if they skip town and go back to their home country, then money is simply lost. Now, for immigrants who have made the commitment to obtain their citizenship, this at least shows that they are committed to the country. The risk of them leaving is lower, but a non-citizen, I don't know what you're going to do. So yes, the banks are justified in their actions, but if you let Biden tell it, they're doing something illegal, when in fact, they're actually protecting themselves from a potential unnecessary liability. So with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. I also have a Telegram group now, so if you have Telegram, make sure to hit the link in the description box below, as well as pin in the comment section to join my Telegram group. And also, please make sure you text tdhiphop to number 33222. That's tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as an insurance plan for myself, so in case YouTube ever gives me the axe, I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show your support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have issues with joining Patreon, you can also hit the join button that's next to the subscribe button, and that way you can become an official channel member for as little as $3 a month as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the emailing list. There is no way that I can go independent of YouTube if I cannot take the audience with me. And the link to that will be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.